Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for hanging out with me. And today I am going to SeaWorld. So every now and again, SeaWorld has like special perks if you're a pass holder, and today is one of those days. There is a new show, like a new Cirque type show that's going on in the Nautilus Theater called Hydro Surge. And what they're doing is if you're a pass holder, they're doing a special showing of it at 2:30. You have to show them your annual pass. And then after the show, they're going to have like the guy that created it, the director and all that good stuff afterwards for a Q&A. So that's kind of cool. And they're also doing a barbecue if you're a pass holder. It's not free, of course, but you have to have, once again, you have to have an annual pass to get into it. And so I just figured I'd come to SeaWorld. I don't usually do the special events, but I figured why not? You know, it's May 31st and it's also the Summer Spectaculars. So it goes Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays now until September 1st. So they got the all new Hydro Surge show. They have a Club Sea Glow. They have a Shamu and Crew Parade every day at 1:30. And they have the fireworks. Well, when the park closes at 9, they got the special summer fireworks again. So I'm excited to hang out and just see SeaWorld. The fireworks are called Ignite fireworks, and they're every night when the park closes, so 9 o'clock. Club Sea Glow, it's at 7:30, and that's in the Bayside Theater. And then the new Cirque show, Hydro Surges, various times throughout the day. So without further ado, let's go get the day started. It is a Saturday, so the parking lot is pretty full. Of course, it has been raining all morning, and the clouds are still a little gray, but it's supposed to no more rain this afternoon, so I figured it'd be a good shot to come check out SeaWorld and the new shows, and hopefully it's not busy. Hopefully the rain scared people away. So I always scan my card when I first come in to see what perks there are, but there's one at the back of the park I'm gonna go. So as I was walking up, some lady was like, maybe Tim Tracker will be here. And her husband was like, who? And the lady was like, maybe Tim Tracker will be here. And I said, why would you want to see Tim Tracker? You can hang out with Mike. Obviously she had no clue who I was. Nobody does. But that's cool. I'm working on it. Trying to get bigger. Right now is one of those times there's no food festival going on. It's kind of like Epcot. You know, Epcot always has something going on with the food booths, but then there's those couple like in-betweens where there's nothing going on, and that's kind of the way it is here today. There is no food booths, no special food festivals, anything like that, because they usually sell them right here, the punch cards. They are giving away free beer though to pass holders still. I think that goes through July. I'm not sure though. There's a mermaid. So this is the oyster show, the Mermaid Lagoon, or pearl diving.
All right, we got two groups of pearl hunters. One teamed up with Diver Berry. The other group teamed up with King Gil. They are both diving down. They are going to grab as many oysters as they can carry back up to the surface for our pearl hunters, for them to pick out their favorite one. Now there is no way to tell what color pearl will be inside the oyster.
Not a mermaid, it's a merman.
Of the draw. It's kind of like nature's own fun.
So this starts at 11:15 and goes to 5:45. I've never done it, so I don't know if it's like random, you just go pay for it, or if they have set times, but oh, it's $18.98 to do it. In case you're curious, in case you want to have a mermaid pick out your, or a diver pick out your pearl. So that new parade must go down here because they have viewing sections are marked on the ground. Please stay behind the waves. So, I'm assuming the parade is going all throughout SeaWorld. I'm gonna go check out the sharks. So if you go actually in the bar of the restaurant, they have like a huge aquarium, but if you just want to come check them out outside, they got little sharks swimming around here. And then there's all the different types of sharks and fish. And if this side's too crowded, just go to the other side. And here's the rest of the fish that are over here. So the bar is pretty cool to sit in there. I don't really have a great beer selection though. But you can watch the giant tanks, and then if you want to feed the sharks, a tray is $9, 4 trays is $28. If you're curious where the Nautilus Theater is, it is right next to Mako. Big green building, you can't miss it. And they got a couple of games over here, carnival games. And the Flamingo boat rentals over here. All right, so the kiosk is like right here. It's very unassuming. If you didn't know it was a kiosk to scan your pass card or your annual pass, you would never know. But it's right as you cross the bridge going towards the Waterway Grill. And today my discounts are, I get a free animal feeding tray. I get a one-time, one-use front of line pass. And I get extra 20% off at Coconut Bay Traders. A little bit, there you go. So, not bad. Not bad. And like I said, they're still doing the free beer back here on Waterway Grill. You go back here, you go to the left. There's usually a line over there. All right, so if you don't know, the Passholder Lounge is in the Waterway Grill off to the left, where the 60 is right now, the 60th anniversary. So this is the Passholder Lounge.
everyone. That was one of our goals to check off, and ultimately feel like it was meant to be in the park, right? We love a good story and entertainment. We love when things make sense, specifically a lot of us on this entertainment team, and that's where Hydro Surge came to. It keeps moving, and the velocity is sort of what's taking us down this course. Part 2, like I mentioned, is sort of tide water. It's nice and calm. And then we talked about the rocking boat, and that is the choppy, stormy hurricane water. And from choppy, stormy hurricane water, you probably realized our boat sunk to the bottom of the ocean, and we ended up in a kelp forest. And our kelp forest is actually my favorite number in the show, to be completely honest with you. It turned out really well. I'm a big fan personally of EDM music and EDC, so if you saw a little bit of hints to that in there, that is super fun. And from there, we ended up going, we wanted to feature our percussionist and our drummer, right? And so with that, we wanted to highlight him and give him some creative, original music to play up on that stage. And so that's what we did there. From there, we go up to the top of the world where you saw our acrobats tumbling. And that was sort of where nice, calm reef. It's just happy Caribbean water. It's where you want to be. You want to be out on the beach or explore the local coral reef and dive around. And then obviously our finale is called Dive. And Dive was just, the words in the song is like, you know, if I'm diving, it's talking a little bit about a relationship in the song, but relating it back to all of us, if we dive and we want to accomplish something, that we just need to dive fully in and it'll happen, right? So we thought that was a good message to finish out the show. And that's how we threw Hydro Surge together.
And basically the show was put together in 3 weeks. So they started planning on it last year, decided what worked for what the pass holders liked and all that good stuff. And then they put it all together, and like if you saw the ship rocking in the background of one of my clips, they started with that. That was like the first piece they put together, and then they built out from there, going forward and then going backwards. And so every scene like correlated to water. Obviously all the songs correlated to water, and it started off with like the calm water, and then it got like the rough water, and then under the ocean with the ship that sunk, and then the reef, and then I think the end you went back up. But I'll put that clip in there where he explains the whole show. But it was pretty cool. It was interesting. They auditioned 3 weeks before they started practicing, and then they practiced for 3 weeks before it went live. So interesting, pretty cool. So now, with that being said, I think I'm just kind of hang out, walk around, see what rides. While I was in there, all the rides were like 5 minutes. The weather's still kind of cloudy, hoping it keeps people away. But I'm gonna go see if I can ride like the Kraken, or Manatee is probably one of my favorite rides here. So maybe I'll go see what that wait is. So it's definitely not very crowded here today for a Saturday. Or maybe it's just this part, because a lot of the rides are on the other side of the park. But like SeaWorld Summer Spectacular, this booth isn't even open. Which maybe they're not expecting big crowds today. So being a local, like one of my favorite things to do is, I have all these passes for all the theme parks. I just like coming and just like walking around, getting my steps and just basking in the ambience, if you will. Like I just like being in the parks. It's just, it's like it's not real, you know what I mean? Like there's no worries here, no cares. So I like to, I mean, even if I don't ride rides, I just like to come and just like walk around and people watch and just listen to music and enjoy just being in the parks. I didn't have that growing up in Montana. We don't have anything in Montana. Actually, my first theme park I went to, actually Disney was the first park I went to be honest. Animal Kingdom, that place had a special place in my heart, which is why I moved down here. But I just love being in the parks. But Carowin in North Carolina is the only theme park I had, so I went to that one probably the most. I just love walking around the parks. Here we are coming up on the past member picnic sign, so I'm headed the right direction. In case you're curious, the club's Sea Glow starts at 7:30 and Ignite fireworks, as I said at the beginning of the video. It's at 9 o'clock. It's basically closing time whenever the park closes. Looks like they are testing out the lights, getting ready for the party tonight. So this area is when you do their Hollow Scream, I believe is what it's called, their Halloween events. This is where you come in. This is where the picnic is. I consider like the back gate. And then if you do any of the runs here, this is like the awards area. It's so different when there's nobody here, when it's so empty. Here is the barbecue, so not a bad deal for 10 bucks. So macaroni salad, beans, and potato salad. And of course a hamburger, and they have a hot dog, so I'd say it's worth it for 10 bucks. I think I'm gonna go to the stingrays, and that's where I'm gonna use my feeding tray, or more than likely I'm probably gonna give my feeding tray to a kid so that he can get the food and feed the stingrays, and he can have that experience. This roller coaster is Pipeline. It is probably one of the funnest rides here. Mako's my favorite, without a doubt, but this one's pretty cool because the shorter you are, the more up and down movement you got. I like it a lot better than Rose does, because Rose moves a lot more than me, but it's like you're riding a wave, hence the name Pipeline. You're standing up, so it's a pretty cool ride. It's usually a long wait, and when you get like the platinum pass or the quick passes with your platinum annual pass, it doesn't work on this ride because it is one of the more popular ones. I think right now it is a 40-minute wait. I just checked the app because I love riding this ride. Well, I say I love it. I've only ridden it once, and it was a lot of fun. Mako's still my favorite. Or not Mako, Manta. Manta's my favorite ride here. And here is Manta. The last couple times I've been here, it hasn't been running. Sometimes they have like water going right here, so you get a little wet, like you're skimming the water surface. They did have it going. It's pretty cool. That is a fun ride if you come here. And I get motion sickness. I don't even get motion sickness on this one because you're like laying down. I will say the only downside of Manta is you have to put your stuff in a locker. Because you're laying down, you can't have anything in your pockets. And so if you're curious, there's the Manta entrance. Oh, here's another kiosk if you want to scan for your Passholder discounts, but here's the lockers. Those are the lockers to put your stuff in. So they make it super convenient. If I remember correctly, they're free. I don't know what this is. The Aqua Ruins? I don't know. Let's go see. All right, so this is the aquarium. Oh, you're good.
good, sorry. I was just trying to get that little guy.
We got seahorses.
Sorry, my ADHD was already zero.
Pretty neat little aquarium. Now that I have fish, yeah, I can appreciate how they keep their water clean and clear. Those are brown pelicans. Those things are huge. Pretty good sized stingrays. So here is the food. It's shrimp tails or shrimp. So you basically hold it between your hands, tail down, and then they come and take it from you. He's like sticking his tail out, like waving at people. I bet he gets treats for doing that. So if you never ran a SeaWorld 5K, it's like a run walk, it's a fun run, but it comes through the park. They run all around the park, and so you get to see all these animals when there's nobody here, the park's empty, and it was pretty cool. You're not gonna have the fastest time, but you can see the dolphins swimming. There was a sea lion, if you watch my video. Which one was it? Oh, I don't even know which one. I think it was the Seven Seas Food Festival run. There was a sea lion that just came out there and was just chilling for pictures and stuff, so it was a lot of fun. It's pretty cool being in the parks when there's nobody here. And they're relatively inexpensive for like a 5K. You know, a Disney 5K is like 150 bucks. The SeaWorld one, I think, is like $50. Well, let's go check out the manatees. Look at that cute little guy nom nomming. Nom 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 nom.
Se parece un cocodrilo. ¿Cómo que casi te muerde? Sí, se parece un cocodrilo. No, es un pez.
Mira para acá, mira para acá. Pues no te muevas que aquí está.
I don't know if these fish in here are these invasive species that are on this sign, or if they're just like rescues to keep the manatees company or to give them a snack. Like, I don't know what they are. There's some good sized ones in there though. Oh, we got sea turtles. That's a green sea turtle. Oh, here's one swimming. There's one in the water. I know it said they have an underwater viewing, so let's go check that out. Alright, so I think these might be the invasive species because I know those are plecos or catfish, similar. And I believe that was on the sign up top. How do I know they're plecos? Because I have a couple in my fish tank. And now I know not to release them in the wild. Look at those cute little swamp puppies. Just relaxing, sunning themselves. So I just found out that SeaWorld keeps the gators for Gatorland. They like take care of the little ones for them, and then once they get too big, they go back to Gatorland, and then Gatorland sends more little ones. So that's a nice arrangement. It's a win-win for both parties. And that is going to end my day at SeaWorld. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will come back probably next weekend to go check out the dance party and then watch the fireworks. But yeah, it's always a good time to come to SeaWorld. I love coming to SeaWorld. I love just the atmosphere and seeing the animals and all that stuff. So if you made it this far, hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And until next time, hope you guys have a great day. Bye.